time I hear you whisper to me that you never would leave me be. I can feel my body echoing for you now.
Do you know what you do to me? It's like a fantasy, I wanna never leave. But isn't it a little funny that you're the one controlling me?
Welcome back. I really hope this is not too loud, because I'm using a new recording software. Oh my gosh, where are we? Did I save? Oh no. I think it was the black one. Shit, fuck, shit, fuck, shit, fuck, shit, fuck, shit, fuck. Oh no! Oh no! Where is my save? 3? 4? Okay. No. January 13th. I want to load it. I want to load it. Yep, there we are. Okay. I was confused. Let me wipe my nose real quick. Because despite having a heater and a heating blanket on me, my nose decides to run. And Diana just brought us home from school after screwing us over with our friends. Let's see where this takes us. Why did Diana bring me home? Was this all an illusion? Was I being tricked? Something was going on. I sat up in bed looking around me. I was indeed in my room. There was no mistake about that. Why? Let me turn my light off. Bop. Ah, go away. Sorry. Diana was too strange. Stop talking! Was this a game? Was this part of her plan to get the boys back? I was lost and confused more than ever, despite my logical thought, trying to piece the puzzle that is Diana together, so I'm trying to get the damn heating blanket off me. There we go. The more I tried to solve her, the less I understood about the situation I was in. I was interrupted, however, by my door suddenly opening, revealing the boys with Damien's hand on the doorknob.
Miss, what are you doing here?
Don't yell at me!
Aren't you supposed to be in school?
I furrowed my eyebrows and stared at Damien, asking him to answer their question to my thoughts.
Diana sent her back here.
Diana.
She invaded her school and sent all the students back home.
What is that bitch up to? Seriously! Diana's playing around for no reason.
Maybe it's part of her plan.
Herp-a-derp. The boys continued to... Interruptions in the bottom right corner of my screen. The boys continued to argue back and forth about Diana, feeling an almost jealous curiosity in me. Damien seemed to be too deep within the talking to notice my thoughts, for he didn't even stop talking alongside his brothers. Why was Diana after them? Why did she want to bring them back? What was so important about the boys that she would travel to a human world to get them? What was going on? I decided enough is enough. I needed answers. Hey! The boys stopped arguing, staring at me in surprise. I held my hands and fists on my lap, mustering the courage to continue to speak despite my abrupt shout. Fucking nose! Why is Diana here? Why does she want to bring you all back? What exactly did you all run from? Why did you run from it?
Miss, we...
Shut up and let me speak! Don't miss me, please! I need to know what is going on. I won't be left in the dark about this. I want to know what I'm facing. The boys looked at each other hesitantly, unsure of what to reply. Finally, Sam pushed Damien towards the bed, making him buckle and land on his knees with his torso over the edge of the mattress.
Damien, do the thing.
Yeah, do the thing! The thing? What thing?
Sam, you're not suggesting.
Why not? She deserves to know everything. Especially if Diana is targeting her.
Wait, especially... Oh, Sam.
Sam's right. I guess we have no choice then.
I shouldn't pick because I suck. I was getting confused. What was Damien about to do? Damien stood before coming under the bed with me, sitting across from me on his knees.
We're going to show you everything. You have to trust me, okay? The minute you stop trusting me, the vision will stop.
I trust you, baby. Vision.
Princess, please trust him.
I looked to Eric, unsure what was going on, but I nodded. If this was the only way to learn, this is my chance to know. Damien gently placed his hands on each side of my head, gently pressing his thumbs into the skin above my eyebrows. I could only stare at Damien as his eyes began to glow gold. Energy began to both pull out of me and force into my head. Within seconds, my vision went black once again. I was unsure of what Damien was doing, but soon shapes and textures slowly began to appear around me. I found myself sitting on the floor in the middle of what looked like a fantasy throne room. Where am I? I looked down at myself to stand, only see my body is translucent as a ghost. Whoa! I jumped up and expected my hands in sudden panic. I was see-through. Why? What was going on?
How dare they try to negotiate with me? Do they not know whom they speak to?
I gasped and ran behind a nearby pillar away from the voice. The sound of his anger and words frightened every bone in my body, turning me into a frightened child.
My lord, please calm yourself.
My lord! Oh, my lord!
You're merely testing my resolve. I have more than half of a mind to send my greatest armies to take what should be mine. They are mere insects in the way of my kingdom's expansion.
Excuse me 1 moment while I grossly blow my nose. I should be okay now. Let's go. Click it. There we go.
So I'm to bow to them and share my land?
Shut up!
They merely asked for a marriage joining.
So I'm to bow to them and share my land that I have so rightfully conquered?
Dun dun dun. I peeked from behind the pillar to see a large demon covered in royal clothes, but buff enough to be a military commander. His rage practically emanated from his body as he growled at his servant.
They are willing to give their land to you, sire. All they ask is for one of your sons to marry their daughter, whom I might add is as beautiful as can be.
Compared to me, little pig man.
This is ridiculous. To suggest that I need their approval to take their land is beyond insanity.
Well, it
What
is
makes them
their
think
land.
I care about their precious daughter?
Did I mention that she is a prodigy of her kind, sire?
A prodigy?
Yes, my lord. This succubus is a master of her skills in magic and mind manipulation. She is said to sway armies with a snap of her fingers, despite being as young as she is.
Impossible!
Impossible.
If only it were, sire. This succubus is dangerous, but would be a great asset to have should we agree to this arrangement. The only reason she cannot faze you, my lord, is because you are the strongest demon in the plains.
Is this supposed to change my mind?
Yes, my lord.
You are doing a terrible job at convincing me.
My apologies, sire.
Aww. I was lost. I could tell that they were talking about Diana, but why?
Father.
I quickly turned my head to see another demon, who looked like a mere child, staring at the demon commander on the throne. Father.
Ah, Raystrau. Have you
Raystrau!
finished your training?
Raystrau!
Yes, Father.
Then what do you want?
What do you want, my boy?
I want to be with my brothers the best of the day, Father.
The demon commander walked to the young demon and gripped his hair, picking him up off the ground and forcing him to look at his snarl. The young demon, however, looked unfazed.
Arrogance. Why should I allow you to be with them? I should kill you for your lack of respect to me.
Because I want to be with them, Father.
I could only stare as the young demon faced his father. Despite the massive difference between them, the young demon seemed weaker and easy to kill versus the demon commander. Why would this man kill his son, though? Was this commander that ruthless? However, I wasn't expecting him to laugh and release the young demon.
Good! Assertive even in the face of danger. That is why you are my favorite son.
That is why. I can only stare wide-eyed as the commander placed his hand on the demon's shoulder.
Very well. Go. Tomorrow, you will show me your training.
The little demon grinned widely before running off.
I have a thought.
I have a dream!
Yes, my lord.
How old is this daughter?
As old as your 5th, sire.
I counted 6. What the fuck?
Do you believe this proposal is worth it?
Math.
Yes, sire.
Tell those insects that they are safe for now. I will consider their offer.
Sire, are you certain?
Don't make him change his
Did
mind.
I stutter? Now go!
The sheer on you slut. The demon servant quickly ran off, but as soon as he passed the pillar I was hiding behind, he, along with the commander, vanished into thin air. What the? What had happened? I didn't get the time to try to figure out that... I'm lost. Before a demon who looked around my age walked into the room reading a book. Is that...
Raystrow!
Raystrow!
Your nose is stuck in those books. Will you not lift your head up from them once in a while?
That voice. I circled around the pillar to see a second demon leaning against another pillar and smirking at Raystrow!
Aren't you supposed to be with your mother practicing the harpsichord?
The fuck is a harpsichord?
I am, but I had a feeling that you were in danger.
In danger? What are you...
Attack! Oh, wait. I actually didn't know that was coming up, even though I've done this about 2 times. All of a sudden, 3 shadows zipped through the room and slammed into Raystrow, forcing him to fall to the ground and drop his book. As the sight cleared for me, there were 3 other demons in the dog pile with Raystrow on the bottom.
No way! You haven't had a break in months from those stupid books. It's time for punishment!
Death by brotherhood!
Honorable!
No more reading!
I told you that you were in danger.
Wait, is Damien the youngest? No, Damien's not the youngest. Matthew's the youngest, right? I don't know. I suddenly knew who these demons were. It's the boys. They're bitter. Even in the demon world, their brotherly connection was astounding. They were merely younger versions of themselves. One of the demons, who I assumed was Matthew, grabbed the book from the floor and opened it, reading it mockingly.
How can you read this, Raystro? It's all about war strategy. It's boring.
I have to, Zakaru. Get off!
There's only one thing you need to know about strategy. Kill them all. Take no prisoners.
Gosh darn it, Sam.
You sound just like father.
I couldn't help but giggle. It was cute to see them acting childish with each other. Eventually, James managed to push his brothers off of him and stand brushing himself off.
You all are reckless.
At least we have fun.
It's true. You haven't been with us in weeks. Don't you think it's time for a break?
I'm sure Father won't mind.
But I have to...
I know you want to, Raystro.
Damn it.
Fuck you, Damien.
What is going on here?
No. I shot my head to the voice to see the commander, aged a little, staring at the boys with his arms, freaking voice, across his chest. Damien quickly dashed and hid behind Sam, peeking over his shoulder to see a large commander.
Nothing is going on. We just passed by each other.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Then why does your brother have your book?
I was showing him what I was learning, Father.
Lies, all lies!
Return to your studies, Raystrow.
Raystrow!
The rest of you out of my sight. Do not disturb your brother again.
I could only stare as James gently took his book and, without looking at his brothers, returned to reading. The commander walked past the remaining brothers, growling at Sam and Damien before leaving the room. What was up with that?
Don't worry about it. We'll find a way to get him back.
I don't know. He's on a very tight leash.
I don't talk.
Ezra, you're quiet. What did you hear?
He's always quiet.
He's going to a negotiation meeting. He's going to arrange a marriage.
A marriage? For who?
It must be for one of us.
He hasn't decided who will marry her. It's a girl from a kingdom he wants to take over.
But that's uncharacteristic of him. Usually he'd just attack with the army.
Whatever the case is, one of us is getting married.
Just fuck settling this peacefully. Let's start a friggin' war, man.
I hope it isn't me.
Oh, Matthew.
What about Raystro? He's the eldest.
It would make sense, but having a succubus marrying one of us means that she'll be practically married to all of us.
No, that means she'd be your sister-in-law, genius.
Well, what should we do?
Before the conversation could continue, the boys vanished into thin air, fading into different colored mist. They were replaced by older Damien and Matthew, sitting with each other in the middle of the throne room.
Do you think we should?
Put on pants?
I really want to.
Put on some pants.
I want to as well. Still, it'll be hard to convince Raystro, since he's the one about to be married, and he's the favorite.
I wouldn't say he's the favorite. He's the tool, is what he is.
We don't know that, Zakaru. Maybe she's set to marry you.
Dun dun dun.
No way! I don't want to get married.
I haven't hit puberty yet.
I don't think you'll have a problem with that baby face of yours.
He's cute. Shut up. Put some pants on, Sam. I looked over to see Sam join the duo, crossing his arms and raising an eyebrow at his brothers.
What are you two talking about?
Stuff.
We got into contact with the human world again.
I I was trying to think of a joke for that, sorry, but I couldn't.
You give humans too much attention.
They're cute and fluffy.
No way, you gotta listen. They apparently have stores and books and schools and stuff.
So what? It's full of humans who piss on each other for no reason.
No, that's dogs.
They're no better than the devil spawn.
Shut up!
Nuh-uh, the one we were talking to wasn't like that.
How do you know, Sakeru?
Because I do!
What is going on here?
Stuff!
They want to go to the human world.
The human world?
Wait, James has glasses as a human, right? Yeah.
Raisuro, think about it. You won't have to marry that girl and be the heir anymore. You could be with us, and we can make lives for ourselves in the new world.
Now you're just talking nonsense.
I vote that we do it.
Yeah!
Huh? Oh, not you two.
5, yeah.
Think about it. This may be our chance to finally get away from this political nonsense we're stuck in. We may be nobles, but we're still our own beings.
Get rid of these damn horns and put some fucking pants on! Come on, click, thank you.
Ristrao is in.
Shut up, Damien.
What? Azrael!
Woo! So how do we get there?
Are you kidding me? You don't even know how we'd get there.
Shh, it's okay.
A simple spell should work, but it would require someone from the human world to help us get there.
We can ask him.
Oh, he'd definitely help us.
I'm not so sure about...
Reistra,
Nice
aren't you
job.
tired of pleasing Father all of the time?
Sorry, his name is just amazing.
I am, but...
If you stay, you'll be married off and become ruler of Father's kingdom. You'll have no time for yourself or with us, and you'll be constantly at war with the other realms for power. You'll most likely turn into the spitting image of Father.
Ew.
What he's saying is get your head out of your ass and let's go. If you don't say yes, I'll drag your princely ass with us. I don't care what that bastard of a father wants.
Come on, Raisuro.
Do it.
All right, let's do this.
Yay.
What?
Oh, sorry. I couldn't believe what was happening. I was seeing the history of their lives before my eyes. They were nobles, and James was the heir of a kingdom the commander ruled. Even more so, he was going to be married to Diana. They sacrificed everything to leave and be together. They'd rather be free than remain in their noble roles. I started to feel a little jealous. They were able to leave while I was still... I have hiccup. There, okay, it's gone. I was still expected to be what my father wanted me to be. How they were able to leave was uncertain still, but I knew I would learn in time. I closed my eyes and mentally asked Damien to end the vision. As soon as I asked, the world around me slowly vanished, and I was brought back to the bedroom where I sat with my head nestled in Damien's hands. I gotta switch my position. My leg is asleep. Ah, that's better. My vision began to clear, letting me fully see the boys around me with all concerned faces.
So, you now know exactly who we are.
Pantsless Damon! Diana's the girl you arranged to marry?
Not anymore. Once we left, the arrangement was broken. With no sons to marry off, her dad couldn't go through with the marriage deal.
If Diana is here for us, that means she's trying to save her kingdom from being attacked.
So she has a good motive at least, right?
That's not true. She wants to rule our kingdom. Having one of us will give her the right to our kingdom, as much as we'd have right over hers.
Never mind.
So she's a gold digger.
Most whores are.
Well, with a kingdom like ours, what succubus wouldn't want to marry us for it?
It all made sense. She wanted them so that she could finally take over an opposite kingdom. Opposing. She knew that, despite her powers, she wouldn't be able to fight against her father, so she had to find another way in. That manipulative? Before I can continue, I felt my head suddenly get heavy and dizzy. I gripped my head, kneeling under my breath. What the heck?
I took too much. I'm so sorry.
Damien, why?
Rest now. There's no need to do anything more today.
The boy suddenly rushed over and helped me lay back down as my vision was painted in white polka dots. I needed to sleep badly. Instantly, I closed my eyes and let the darkness consume me. After what seemed like hours, I finally woke up slightly refreshed. My body knew that if I slept any longer, I'd be up all night, which was not part of what I wanted to do before clicking the space bar. Ha ha ha! I rubbed my eyes and sat up, letting a soft groan escape my lips. In response, something beside my bed shuffled, causing me to look over. I didn't know what I was expecting. Beside me, sitting in the chair beside the bed, was Eric, rousing himself up to see me awake. I smiled at him, seeing his slightly ruffled hair and tired eyes.
You're awake, princess. That's a relief.
Oh.
How do you feel?
Oh, what a sexy, tired voice you have. I love tired boy voices. They're so great. They're so great. Just, if any of my audience is a guy, just like record yourself when you're tired, just send it right in. Make a contest like the sexiest tired voice. I'm tired myself, but nothing about what I'm saying is sexy. Eric nodded before he gently reached over and placed his hand over mine, rubbing his thumb over my knuckles and examining my face with soft sadness.
I must apologize, Princess. To see you be hunted by both demons and devils, I feel entirely responsible.
You are? Eric, it's not your fault, but it is!
No, forgive me, but I can't stand the thought of them hurting you. If we had never come, you'd never be in danger.
And then this game would never exist, so kind of think about what you're saying. The cookie reached over and put my finger on his lips, stopping him from going any further. I didn't want to hear anymore. Eric, it's okay. I wanted to help you out. I offered to let you stay. Nothing is your fault. I gently moved my hand and cupped Eric's cheek, staring at him with concern. I didn't want him to hold guilt in his mind about the whole ordeal. Diana was desperate and she'd hunt anyone for them. It wasn't his fault she was desperate enough to hunt them down. However, I was curious. So, Eric, you're a noble? Eric chuckled before he stared at the hand he was caressing with a soft smile.
Yes, I'm a noble. My brothers and I are nobles. Well, I guess I should say were now, shouldn't I?
Were?
James was the demon prince when we lived in the abyssal plains. The others and I were simply nobles living in the castle, simply because of our bloodline. Should James fail or die, we were the replacements. Well, we didn't want to live like that, as simply replacements over our brother. So we all wanted to leave and be an actual family.
That's cute. What was it like while you were there?
Well, to put it simply, it was boring. James was constantly being trained while the rest of us had to constantly entertain ourselves without disturbing him. I, however, was also being trained under the guidance of my mother.
Because you were like the second son? So, your mother.
Yes, she was a lovely woman. I never knew what she looked like.
That made no sense. How could he not know what his own mother looked like? Eric, as if read my mind, smiled and chuckled at the confusion on my face.
Our father had multiple wives. James, myself, Sam, and Matthew
Fucking hell.
came from these very women.
Brothers from another mother.
Tensions grew high when Damien was born outside our father's marriages.
Damien's a bastard son!
In order to
as they
quell
would
the
say in Game
tension,
of Thrones.
Our father had a powerful demon mage turn our mothers into simple, floating spirits.
What the fuck?
They lived, but they could not have physical form.
What the fuck? That's messed up. That's so... What an ass. That's horrible!
It is, but which is better? A house where the sons of the Demon Lord could have their birth mothers, or watching these very women claw at each other's throats out of jealousy, leaving the sons with no true parental guidance?
Still, though, my hand itches like a bitch.
Our father didn't have time for anyone but James, so the rest of us needed someone to make sure we didn't grow up to be incompetent.
But... that fucking sucks. I would not want to live like as a floating green ball thing. Because I saw it in Sam's route. His mom was a floating green ball thing. Great. Eric had a point. It was horrid, but it was a logical point. I bit my lip and nodded in understanding. Fucking hiccups. Eric gently brought my hand up to kiss my nipples.
Would you like to see what I mean instead?
What do you mean? I stared, trying to understand what he meant, however. Oh! Is like his, like every guy has a power, right? Is his like illusion or something? Trying to understand what he meant, however, as the memory of when he showed me the demon palace replayed in my mind, I nodded and let my curiosity guide me. Eric smiled before simply holding out one hand to me and letting a small breath rush against my palm. I am so freaking tired. Instantly, the flower Eric had given to me appeared in his hand, making him smirk and making me blush.
You kept it. Good.
Of course. Eric wrapped his fingers gingerly around the stem, giving it the magic it had been given before and casting an aurora-like mirror before me. Ooh, pretty. I peered in to see the castle main hall once again. The memory of being in the hall, albeit by magic, sent a small shiver down my spine. I watched, however, as a very familiar demon walked arm in arm with a woman with cat ears and a tail down the walkway.
Tiffy, my sweet kitten, you truly astound me. Whatever shall I do with you?
I'll be quiet. I'll be quiet.
Stop it! You're making me blush.
Okay.
But what if I want to make you blush? You're so much cuter when you blush, kitten.
What the fuck? Okay.
Stop!
I felt my eye twitch in irritation. Why was Eric showing me this? Was he trying to spite me? I didn't want to see him flirt with the demon girl. I already had some trouble with him flirting with me.
You sly incubus, you. I'll get in trouble for sure if I'm caught with you.
I wish I had a webcam right now.
Then shouldn't we make the risk worthwhile?
Whoa, bro. Eric held the cat girl close to his body, looking about ready to kiss her. The girl, however, mewed and pulled away, giggling in almost cute embarrassment.
Such a bad incubus. So bad. I should go.
Yeah, get the fuck out, slut.
Ah, very well, you minx. Until we meet again.
What the hell is going on? The cat girl giggled before rushing out of the main hall. But not before Eric lowered his hand underneath her tail as she turned to let it slide across her fingers as she ran off, making the cat girl jump in surprise. The girl playfully glared at Eric, who only pouted innocent lips in return before she exited. However, as the girl left the room, Eric's face went from flirtatious to almost ice cold. Eric let out a sigh, gently rubbing his hands to rid them of the fur that had caught on them, and rolled his shoulders.
Well, mother, was that enough to please you?
Yeah, sneeze! I stared in shock as the personality change. What the heck happened to Eric? He was flirty, charming, and almost disgustingly complimentary. But the Eric I was seeing in the mirror wasn't him at all. A small red orb surrounded with a veil of purple mist entered the space, making my mind go blank. It approached Eric, glowing as it spoke.
Very well done, dear. Much better than I expected of you.
What the fuck?
Thank you. You taught me well.
Why are my hands so itchy?
That I did. You must never forget, however, to always listen to your women. Serving them is your #1 priority.
What?
Should they be uncomfortable, you must step back and be as submissive as possible.
So your mother taught you how to be a man whore?
Yes, mother.
My gosh.
Good. Now, continue to woo that cat girl. Once she gives you her energy, then you can toss her back out.
What?
You don't need any pets hanging around when you find another girl.
Your mother's a bitch.
As you wish, mother.
Aw, Eric. I stared in utter shock. The orb vanished, but Eric remained in the hall. Letting out a sigh, he had a look of displeasure on his face. He looked tired as well, but something seemed off. He looked like he has lost his mind, but closed his mouth. He lost his mind. Looked like he has a lot on his mind, but his closed mouth wouldn't let him speak them. He was submissive to his guidance. You poor baby. I'm gonna end it here, though, because I'm losing my voice very quickly and slowly. I'll see you guys next time. Aww.